This podcast contains mature themes, questionable humor, and explicit language. Listen with discretion. Please take care.
Think of about 14 different moments where the Niners could have...
Finer things in life. Happily, some are affordable, like Grey Poupon Dijon mustard. Grey Poupon is so fine, it's even made with white wine. Its original French Dijon recipe adds distinctive flavor to beef, pork, and poultry, salad dressing and sauces, and of course, sandwiches. So enjoy one of life's finer pleasures.
Pardon me, would you have any Grey Poupon? But of course.
Grey Poupon. It even has wine.
Welcome to Dialogue Over Drama, episode 25. We are quarter century, my dear.
Wow.
Isn't that insane?
Mm-hmm.
I am Dialogue Danny, and I am here with a Peg Bundy dress, crazy $22 Walmart fine, looking sexy as usual.
My summer robe.
Courtney Drama. I love the fact that you've leaned into that name now.
I'm full of it.
You are full of it. Full of bullshit.
Just opinions, facts, drama.
So what I'm going to start off with is I'm going to call you the most I've ever met in my life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the opening of what I've just said, and I'm going to censor everything that I just said about you. So when people actually get to listen to it, it's going to sound insane. Because we're going to talk about censorship today.
Got it.
And how much I hate censorship.
Right.
So what I'm going to start off with is I'm going to call you the most wonderful human being I've ever met in my life. So when talking about censorships, what's your feeling about censorship? Do you think people have the right to say whatever the fuck they want or not? Like just a general consensus, we're going to get into jokes in the middle section, and then we're going to actually talk about like censorship in just the world later on. Like, are you for censorship or against?
To make sure that I'm clear on my opinion, We're not talking about parental controls. Because I don't want to talk on a grand scheme, because that will alter my opinion.
No. Just general censorship.
Then yes. I think there needs to be some censorship in certain areas.
Okay.
And I think it needs to be regulated, and I think it needs to be controlled by the right people that can control it to prevent all the shit that gets out there.
Oh, it's going to be a fun conversation. It's going to be a fun conversation.
Because you feel differently.
And it's not that I feel differently. It's I feel differently.
As I said, it depends on the context, though.
Yep. So we're going to get into that. That's going to be super fun. But we're going to go to it first. Because I already started with something. So I found a bunch of 80s stuff that's from my childhood. Okay. And we're going to go through, and I want you to put your Peg Bundy shit off, but I need you to take it off very sultry, dancing to something by like Amy Winehouse or something. And then put on your judge's robe. Okay. Because we need to change the channel. All rise. If it pleases the court. Thank you, Judge, for hearing my case. I want to get into, I'm going to play some old school 80s commercials that I remember very well seeing. They're not all commercials, they're just little clips from the 80s. So I want you to say whether it entertains you now.
If it pleases me.
Yeah, if it pleases you. So give these things 4 to 5 if they make you laugh. If you're like, what the fuck, this is kind of cute. The Grey Poupon commercial early on, Wayne's World, you probably know that commercial.
I was asked that once in my yellow bug.
It does not shock
I was at a red light and a guy was yelling at me. I rolled my window. I'm like, what? Do you have any Grey Poupon?
Yeah, it was something fun that kids did before they had cell phones.
Super cute.
Okay, so here we go. Here's the first one.
Are these your drugs?
Look, Dad, it's
Where
not...
did you get it?
Dad,
Answer me. Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
Parents who use drugs have children who use drugs.
I love that.
So that's pretty funny, eh?
That's so funny, because all I thought about was like, it's monkey see, monkey do. Of course that kid's like, I learned it from you.
But it wasn't real. Those are the same kind of commercials where like they showed kids doing like weed, and they're like, I want to jump out the window and fly. This is why you don't do marijuana, children.
Right. No,
Like,
I
the
like
kid
that
was
commercial.
holding weed. I don't know if you could actually see it.
Yeah, that commercial's good.
Okay, so here's another one.
You can shoot off your big mouth. If you're great, people will know it. You don't have to tell them anything. Just like I don't have to tell you. Understand? You think all Indians are the same? All Latinos the same? All Chinese the same? No, Indians aren't the same either. You wear glasses, Eddie? Put them on. Some people make fun of others for wearing glasses. Well, I pity the fools who do that. Because there's nothing wrong with wearing glasses, if you need them. But listen up now. This is serious. When you're tempted to do something wrong, even if the reasons are good, think twice. You catching my drift?
It's so funny. This is fucking
Mr. T?
Mr. T going out and like schooling the kids.
Yeah. Mr. T was always about
so
very
funny.
positive things.
Yeah, it was
Like, even the thing that was obviously taken out of context in this clip, he used to be like, we're all humans, it doesn't matter. Like, that was what he was trying to say, but he didn't know how to say it with the verbiage they had back then.
That's funny.
Like, yeah, so that was another one. So
It was corny. I'll give that like a 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. All right, here we go. This is the last one we got.
2 out of 5.
Here's the last one we got. And if you don't give this a 5 out of 5, I'm going to be so upset. Because I know there's so many people that are going to listen to this and be so excited and hate me for a little bit because it's going to get stuck in their head forever. This is the best fucking song ever.
Get your sea shined up, grab a stick of juicy fruit. The taste is gonna move ya. Take a sniff, pull it out. The taste is gonna move you when you pop it in your mouth. Juicy fruit is gonna move ya. You choose the song, it gets right to ya. Juicy fruit, the taste is gonna move ya.
That is obviously a 5 out of 5. That's a fucking banger.
It's the best fucking song ever.
Oh, it's great.
It's so good.
Well, you know what? Overall, 80s commercials. You know what? Commercials in general, from the 80s and 90s only, early 2000s, they slap. They're pretty good. I hate the commercials now.
Before we go into jokes, what we're gonna do, I want to hear what's your favorite commercial of all time.
What's the one where it's like, I don't remember what the purpose of it is, but it's like all these kids are doing different things, and that one kid has his sister in the magic box and cuts her in half. And then the little girl's like, Mom, Jimmy got me in half again.
I don't know if this is a fever dream. What the fuck could they possibly be selling?
Yeah.
Hey, Timmy cut his sister in half.
Hang on.
Buy the sunscreen so this doesn't happen. I love how you're like, Mommy. What kind of kid talks like an old sailor? Mommy.
What's your thing?
Oh, like that.
What's your thing? Everybody's got a thing.
My thing's sound effects. Here's a T-Rex.
Mom, Aiden cut me in half again.
I really hope this commercial ends with, and this is why you shouldn't masturbate.
Nobody's good at everything. Everybody's doing something. What's your thing?
Oh, interesting.
It was some public service announcement.
But what was it? Like, don't do drugs? But, like, what was the...
Companies Committed to Kids was a Canadian nonprofit organization based in Toronto.
Oh, they had the exclamation mark in their logo.
Yeah, founded. Yeah, so it's
I know those
Companies
guys.
Committed to Kids.
Interesting.
Yeah, because they were founded in the 90s.
It was like, I think it was kind of like a company that was trying to do good after the whole like Big Brother scandal at that point in time in life. That's just my assumption.
Yeah.
But anyways, do you want to hear my favorite commercial before we get into jokes?
Yeah.
You probably know it, and you're probably so bored of this commercial. But it's the IKEA lamp commercial. It's my favorite commercial of all time. So I'm just going to set it up really quickly. There's this, like, small apartment, looks like San Francisco, maybe New York, like just a corner lot, you know, like with the octagon window sticking out. And they have this lamp, and they take it and they bring it out, like it goes out, so they bring it outside and put it on the road to be picked up by garbage. In the rain, right? And it's raining, and it's nighttime, and it's super sad. And then they go to IKEA, and they don't go to IKEA, but they open up this box, and it's an IKEA box, and they put the new lamp in the corner, and this little lamp's like sitting on the thing, and all the rain's coming on, and you can see the new lamp in the apartment, and it looks fucking amazing. And then the old IKEA guy comes up, and he's like, "What are you sad about? It is just a lamp, IKEA." I'm like, that's the best commercial ever.
That's so funny.
Because you roped everybody into falling in love with this lamp, and you're like, "You are so stupid. Go buy a nice lamp at IKEA." I don't know. I just thought it was great.
That's so funny.
My second favorite one is there's an old Molson Export commercial where it's just this red screen and this like cartoon white character of like a human walking with what looks like a 2-4 beer. Mm-hmm. He's walking across the screen, like just walking. And as soon as he gets to the middle of the screen, he stops, but he's still walking, but like it doesn't show him moving forward. And it's, he turns to the screen kind of, and it's just like black, like for the mouth and eyes. It just says, "With the money I saved on this 2-4 of export, I bought me this great big bushel of hay." And then he walks off the screen, and then it just goes, "X says it all." And I'm like, that's the best commercial ever. That will stick with me for the rest of my life.
Interesting.
Money I saved on my 2-4 of X, I bought me this great big bushel of hay.
That's fine.
I'm like, it's so fucking stupid.
Random.
But speaking of fucking stupid, let's change the channel. So, I got a joke for you. It's my favorite joke that you fucking hate by now, but I'm going to tell it to you one more time. So there's a man coming home from the bar. It's really late at night, and he hears a click-clack behind him. And he turns around, and there's a casket standing up on its bottom, chasing him. And they run down the street, and this casket is just following him, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, someone slipped something in my drink." He turns around, and he runs up the sidewalk to his house. And the casket turns the corner and follows him, and he runs up onto the veranda, and the casket follows him. He fumbles for his keys, gets in, and he runs in and slams the door shut, thinking, "What the fuck was that?" And then the casket climbs the steps to the veranda, busts through the door. He's like, "What the fuck?" Runs upstairs. The casket starts jumping up the stairs, and then he goes into his attic, pulls down the thing, climbs up the ladder, runs into the attic, and the casket follows him up the stairs, just jumps up, and then he's now in the corner in the attic, and the casket's slowly walking toward him, just tick, 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 and he's like, "What the fuck do I do?" He reaches in his pocket, and he found a package of Halls, and he whips the Halls as hard as he could at the casket, and what do you know, the cough drops stop the coffin. I know you're so sick of this joke, but it leads us into talking about jokes. What is your life history when it comes to telling jokes? Because we're getting in...
I don't know jokes. I don't know punchlines. I don't remember joke. I remember like 3 jokes. They gotta be short and sweet and like simple.
What are your favorite jokes? Tell me your favorite jokes.
I don't like have favorite jokes. Like because I don't remember them.
Okay, if someone just said, "Tell me a joke," what's the joke you tell them?
Like, why is Santa's sack so big?
Why?
Because he only comes once a year.
Funny and dirty. That's the only joke that comes to mind.
No, I have another one.
Okay, give me one more.
But it's like I say it in a very like probably politically correct way.
Okay, let's say it. I'll bleep you if you say anything fucking horrendous.
No, because then people are gonna know what I'm saying. Are you supposed to call them?
You know what's super funny is I'm going to bleep both of those words, so it's going to sound like, am I supposed to call him blah or blah?
But then when I actually say the joke, they're gonna know that I'm referring to a short person.
That's so funny.
But my other one then is, why do short people laugh when they run? Because the grass tickles their balls.
Oh, so you're going to do it twice, so I do the other one.
Absolutely.
Okay. Even though we're talking about censorship.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, and then my last one is, like, those are the three.
You really don't know many good jokes.
I don't.
Do you want me to rhyme off as many
But
jokes?
do you know what I find funny is the stuff that's very bizarre and out there, though. I can't retain it into a joke form.
No, I totally agree. Like, there's jokes that I know that are like...
Like, I'll just say something offensive and then go, I'm joking!
Right.
That's my joke.
Okay, so there's the stupid jokes that... Okay, so I could just rhyme off jokes right now. The problem is I always know that every joke that I tell, someone could be offended by. So I'm going to tell a joke that I 100% know that you can't be offended by.
Okay.
Why do housewives, which you're not, but you technically are, I don't know, and
that was the joke in itself.
don't wear a watch because there's a clock on the stove. That typical terrible, 1950s joke.
Yeah, stereotypical, kind of like, or they're dated, but yeah.
Yeah, so like there's those kind of stupid jokes.
Okay.
Like, where do you feel now when it comes to jokes lie? Like what, like, do you have someone, like, have you ever been put in a predicament where someone tells you a joke that's really, really funny and you just can't laugh because someone at the table
will be offended by it? Absolutely.
Yeah, see, that's crazy to me.
But I also work in a different setting.
But do you feel, okay, so let me rephrase the question. Are you ever in a situation where someone makes a joke that's a complete joke, there's no hatred, there's no anything behind it, that it's just a funny fucking stereotype or a funny fucking observation that someone obviously isn't gonna fucking get, and they're just looking for any reason to be upset about, that you still are worried about that? Like, you're not, like, you're worried that someone may fucking lose their mind even though there's really nothing that you should be ashamed of laughing at the joke for.
Depends on the person.
But that's exactly what I mean.
Yeah, depends on the person. If it's like a family member, I don't know.
You're going a different direction, I think, than I mean. Like,
you're basically saying that, like, if I would find a joke funny, would I still not laugh at it because the person that it really shouldn't offend, it still would offend? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
And that, like, if they did if they did get mad, I could be like, stop being so dramatic because it's, like, literally over nothing.
Or the person that gets offended by a joke because it could offend someone that's not them.
Yeah, over hypersensitive people.
That's kind of the
Again,
those
depends
the
on the person.
hypersensitive people. Do you find yourself, when it comes to what you say joking wise, you're always worried that there is a hypersensitive person at?
I'm very aware of who those hypersensitive people are. They could be wearing, it's like they walk around the neon sign. In any scenario, I'm very aware of who's the hypersensitive person in the room that, like, even if, like, yes, 100%, I can answer your question with yes. And it sucks because it's like, again, depending on the situation, the scenario, and the level of fucks I have, will determine if I go through with that joke or not. Or I laugh at that person's joke. Because clearly I don't tell jokes. But, like, if somebody was in a room and something was said, do I engage and laugh? If there's a hypersensitive person in the room, depends on the person. Depends on the scenario.
Right.
Because there's days where I'm like, oh, I'm ready. Because that was fucking funny. And then if you're going to be a fucking little bitch about it, fuck you. It's fucking funny. Like, like, why are you so, like, what have it wasn't something insulting. It wasn't attacking you. Oh, but your great aunt's niece's sister once had that disease and shut the fuck up. That was funny.
Yeah,
But that's also because I want to be a dick.
But wow, yeah. I appreciate your openness right now. I'm
But
kinda,
like I said, then there's times where I'm like, I don't want to be that person because like I'm having a good day, and if I laugh at that joke and now you're having a bad day because you're offended by something that didn't need to be of offense, like I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ruin your day. So sometimes I don't, and I very censor myself.
So censorship to you is more of a narcissistic act.
That's a good way to put it. I never thought of it that way, but to protect myself. I think I gauge censorship and how much I give and don't give.
And what's appropriate
like
in
my
certain
mom, like
examples.
My mom.
And yeah, okay.
Like my mom was swearing.
Yeah.
Like, stop swearing, don't swear, oh my god, like, can't believe you just said the F word. He said shit 16 times today.
Can you give that backstory? Because I don't want to tell it.
My mom got a little, like, one time sensitive about how frequent Dan swears. Like, there has been times even where I noticed, like, you do swear a lot. Like, I've heard you say fuck in, like, 5 times in one sentence. I'm like, okay. So I think the way that my mom put it...
Point of the story is, once I was told, I stopped.
It's getting there.
Well, you have to throw me under the bus for a little bit, so I figure I'm going to defend myself.
Yeah, so Dan swears a lot, basically, and I noticed it, but I don't care. And yeah, my mom pointed it out, but then after she pointed it out, like to me, I told Dan, I was like, my mom thinks you swear too much. So then the next time we were hanging out with them, Dan didn't say a swear word at all. And my mom fucking swore 20 times.
Because I kept doing the count behind
Yeah,
your back.
he literally was like, oh. It was like it was a hypocritical moment. But anyways, my mom's over it. And she doesn't fucking bring it up and no one fucking cares.
Yeah.
Fuck. So, we're a swearing family.
So when it comes to you talking about censorship, when it comes to kids, you we're talking about when I asked you about your thoughts on censorship, we're like, oh, it's such a wide gamut. Does it include kids? And I know you meant don't walk up to a kid and be like, Santa Claus isn't real. Fuck you, cunt rag, blah, 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 blah. And then throw it, right?
Yeah.
That's not, you're going to be censored to a child.
Yes.
So that's kind of,
see.
which I fully understand. I believe, but I also believe that.
I don't want a 2-year-old watching a gory horror movie.
No.
I don't think that's age appropriate. Am I saying that I'm not going to let my 10-year-old watch a gory horror movie? It probably will, if that interests them. But, their brains need to develop in steps.
100%.
I'm not looking to overload them with no censorship.
And also, when it comes to, I was talking to a dad, which I'm so excited about, the new podcast with Josh, because I just want to get into these kind of things. So, let's just talk about, horror movies for a second, and we'll talk about, younger people watching those films. I think that one of the big things that is important to me is I wish that, because I was so interested in special effects, I've always was interested in how they did it. I was always looking for a flaw, how they pulled it off, how that's always interested me, even with magic. So I really wish that instead of it being that's a horror movie, you can't watch it because you're a kid. If my kid came up to me and says, I want to learn more about this, so I need to watch the kind of films that this is implied in.
What are you learning about?
Just how they make the blood splatter work,
cool.
how they, that's what I would, if the kid's interested in special effects when it comes to, gore effects, that's what they're really into.
I love Halloween because we pass that on to them.
At what age does it become appropriate for a kid to watch, an old school horror movie like
Once
Texas
they
Chainsaw
understand that
Massacre?
it's a movie.
That's what I mean.
Once I know that nothing can play in their brain thinking that is real. Because the fact that I'm a 30-year-old woman who's fucking terrified of horror movies but loves Halloween, I feel like I'm an imposter. I'm I can't, that's a secret. I can't tell people that.
Right.
But I love the idea of horror movies. I just hate because I think I was exposed to them so young before I understood that there's nothing, no one actually gave me a disclaimer because my first horror movie I wasn't allowed to watch.
What movie was the first horror movie you watched?
13 Ghosts.
Oh, that's a great... You know what? They're redoing it.
Yeah. So, I would have been in grade 2. I would have been 5 or 6. And the girl that lived down the street, she was a couple years older than me. And we used to hang out all the time, whatever. And I remember my mom was very much no horror movies. And it's oh, can I go to so-and-so's house? Can I sleep over? Blah, blah, blah. So I go to the girl's house, whatever. And my mom knew her dad and brother and all that. And we watched 13 Ghosts, and I wish I had someone say, there's nothing about this. I promise you there's nothing about this that's real.
You really thought it was real?
100%. That's my first exposure to visually seeing, like, being trapped in a room and ghosts and blood and killing. Like, it was the first exposure ever, was at 6, to this movie. That I'm like...
I'm sorry to laugh at your trauma.
No, but, like, now I watch that movie and I'm like, that's what I was scared about, really? Yeah. But then there's other movies that are, like, a little bit more intense than that.
It's fucking shaky in it.
But, yeah, there's more movies now that scare me because my brain goes to the, like, could that be real? Also, I don't like jump scares because that's just rude.
You know what? You and I both will agree with that. Jump scares are just stupid. Yeah. It's the equivalent of walking into, like, a crowded room and blowing an air horn. You didn't accomplish anything. You just made a loud noise and a bright light.
But then also at the same time, too, there's a lot of movies that are based on true stories. So there is something horrific about thinking of the scary scene going down the stairwell and then she looks and someone broke in and then she got attacked. And I'm like, but that happens in real life. Like, I don't know. I wish my brain just developed in a way to know what was real, what wasn't. And then as an adult watching those movies, my brain was smart enough to know, like, okay, it's just a movie, though. Like,
right. So one of the things that I think would be super fun to do is to actually go back and watch, like, the 1960s version of 13 Ghosts. Because, like, I don't know if you've seen it. Like, I know we've, like, kind of gone back and forth. But, like, yeah, when I was part of, like, the Movie City Maniacs, I, like, ended up watching that, and I was like, holy shit, this is really, really good. Mm-hmm. And I kind of like the way the 2001, it's cheesy, but it's my kind of cheesy, because I like cheesy horror films. It was so much fun, the actual 1960s one, and spooky. Like, it had a vibe about it, because it's black and white, and they use a little bit of pink with it. Like, yeah, the effects are really cool in it. So, censorship. Back to censorship. Circling around. So, I have such a hard time with censorship because I think that censorship crosses that line with hate speech. Mm-hmm. That so many people will use, like, I don't want to censor anybody, but I hate it when people are overusing their voice to spread stuff that doesn't help people. Mm-hmm. Do you run into that?
I just read you that article today, or that video you sent me. They're, like, it's coming across like a little, like, it's not necessarily hate speech, but they're obviously, like, a predator. Well, I don't want to say they're a predator because nothing's been confirmed, but, like, when you have someone that has, like, okay, scratch all that. When you have someone that has, like, an online platform.
Right.
Whether it be hate speech or predatory, like, they're talking to minors, they're trashing other people, they're causing scenes in public. When you're disturbing just people, like, that shit, like, fuck off.
Oh, I see the direction you're taking. You're talking about those people that are like, I can do anything I want to, and people shouldn't be offended, and just
right. But like when you're blatantly disturbing the peace, like you're bothering people in public, you're talking to minors, like you're doing illegal things, like while you're that should all absolutely be censored. Like, fuck you don't get a voice, not online.
I disagree in the fact that I think people should be able to say what they're thinking. Mm-hmm. And then if people are like, no, like, this is not going to fly, this is against, like, because, like,
that's what I'm saying. You
have rules where, like, if you're on private property and you're saying something, to hear them out, sure, and then be like, okay, we disagree with you, go. Mm-hmm. You can't sit there and try to rally a crowd. That's where I have the problem in it.
Yeah.
I 100% think everyone should voice their own opinion and be willing, because you're expecting people to listen to your opinion, mm-hmm. listen to everyone else's opinion. Like, I think that everyone should just...
But again, it's coming down to, like, being open-minded. Like, there's so many people where it's like, okay, but are you even willing to listen to the facts? Are you willing to listen to anything? Like, no, you're gonna die on that hill. Like, okay, like, say what you want, for sure. Like, you have a voice, that's totally fine. But I think when you're then belittling other people's opinions and telling people that they're wrong, well, what makes you right?
Right.
So I think when you're attacking people like that, then no, your shit should be blocked. And I know there's community guidelines.
When people have the argument of you're wrong, mm-hmm. like I was talking to someone the other day, and I was like, it's impossible to argue with someone that has the argument that they're trying to defend that is just you're wrong. So everything you say,
I was going to say, people don't know how to healthfully debate.
No, not at all.
That's what I'm saying. If people had those kind of skills where they could just debate online, awesome. I sometimes enjoy reading it. I want to hear people's different opinions. Why do you feel this way? And what's going on? Blah, blah. I'm not saying, like, censor all of that. I'm just talking then, like, it's not now on point.
Right.
Like, okay, well, we were talking about the post you made, which was, like, maybe a political statement, something social, whatever. But, like, now you're belittling, like, my sister. Like, what does this have to do with this? Like, when you're getting, like, now, like, personal. Like, you're attacking me. Like, fuck right off.
That's
I'm saying, like, all that hate
that's
speech.
just
And then
stupidity,
taking my opinion, that's just an opinion. It's not written in stone anywhere. And then, like, mocking me online or, like, posting.
Right. So,
that's
like,
the part
people,
I'm like, you don't have, like...
But that's the thing. You can't want to censor someone that's trying to censor you. It's just that's why I'm completely against censorship, because it becomes out of hand.
Do you think just let people be beasts online?
I think let people just do whatever the fuck they want online, because it will get to the point where enough people will be like, community guidelines are gone. Community guidelines are gone. Because I think a lot of what people think censorship comes to is like Facebook jail, where it's like, you signed a contract by clicking something saying this is what you're not going to do.
So that's a good point. Then
That's not censorship. That's not censorship in my opinion.
Because you've agreed to those guidelines?
Exactly.
Okay, then that's fair. I think if you need to not have any censorship, then join the platforms that don't have any regulations.
Exactly. That's my point. But so many people will complain that they're being censored, where it's like, you agreed not to post anything like this.
Yeah,
and
that kind of goes the same hand with, like, people, like, again, the whole hate speech thing, where it's like, I watch other communities, like, gang up back on them, like, defending the person that they're, like, talking bad about, being like, you could just unfollow. Yeah. You could just unsubscribe. Like,
but this is the problem. People
you could go out so peacefully.
This is why I hate censorship, because people want to censor everyone else, because as soon as you make censorship a part of community, which it is now, it becomes a power tool to just put anything out that you don't agree with. And then the problem is the person that has the most power gets to decide what gets censored.
Right.
So let's just switch from that to something more fun. Let's talk about nudism.
Okay.
Nudist.
Because we're on the topic still of censorship.
Yeah. I want to talk about, like, the more fun side of censorship.
Censoring the boobies.
So here's the thing. I don't understand why it is 100% you could go out on our balcony right now and just be topless and smoke a doob just with your tits out fucking on the balcony,
Technically,
right?
no.
Yeah,
a couple reasons. One, we're facing a school. So you're still showing...
How many guys do you see topless out on the baseball diamond playing baseball?
Oh my god.
There's nothing like...
Oh, because it's legal, then in a child's eyes, it's not...
It's exactly
because it's
my
not
point.
legal to drop your pants.
Yeah. So if you're just
okay.
having... Like, what...
Okay.
So here's the thing. If it is 100% legal for you to go out onto a balcony and be topless, because women can be topless in Canada, it is 100% their right to go topless.
It's just weird that nobody does.
Of course not. Can you imagine how shitty that would be? So we'll get into that in a minute. But
it's the after dark.
So you could do that, yet on Facebook, if you put a quarter of your areola in a bra picture, you're booted from Facebook.
Well, because there's other
Being
countries.
Canadian, for sure.
Yeah.
But even if you like, there's nothing you could do on any social media
also,
platform.
That social media isn't a Canadian platform.
Sure, but I'm saying, like, yeah, I guess you're right. No. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Like, realistically, I'm sure if there's a Canadian-owned... Because, like, there's so many sites where it says, like, it talks about laws and regulations in your country. Well, if the actual app is owned one way... and
well, what if you had, like, a CBC fucking, like, gem account, and you just put, like, your profile picture is just a picture of your biddies? Like, could they stop you?
I don't know, because then, like, Reddit is not Canadian, yet you can see... But is it because they're also defined as, like, a no-censorship type of...
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's weird to me what's censored
so
and what's
is it
not.
maybe... Yeah, that's weird. Like, if it's illegal in another country, but it's a... Gosh, you're sending me into a spiral.
It's weird.
It is weird.
It's unbelievably weird. And even, like, when it comes to Canada, like, what's a swear word, what's not? Like, shit became... Like, look up when Canada shit became a word that you were allowed to say on TV.
In Canada, shit is one of the words considered by the Canadian Broadcast Standards Council to be coarse, offensive language intended for adults, acceptable for broadcast only after 9 p.m. On the Canadian showcase television show Trailer Park Boys, characters frequently use the term shit. For example, the fictional Trailer Park supervisor, Jim Leahy, employs many metaphors with the negative slang shit bizarrely worked in.
Those two shit rats just pissed on $40 worth of eclairs at the bake sale. Randy, did you see that? Goddamn shit apple driving a shitmobile. What kind of a father lets his daughter do that? When a shit apple falls from a tree and grows up in a field of shit, it doesn't have any choice, just like Trinity. She's gonna grow up to be a shit apple tree, just like her father. Have fun in jail, Rick.
But in the UK, the first person to say shit on British TV was John Cleese of Monty Python comedy troupe in the 1960s. There's really no, issues there.
So after 9 o'clock, that 100% makes sense.
In Canada broadcast.
Yeah, that makes sense, 100%. Because, there's TV shows that you watch where, nudity comes past. Like, when I was growing up, it was 11 o'clock and past.
I love sneaking up and watching TV in the middle of the night.
Oh, 100%.
A whole bunch of stuff.
You know what I call that kind of porn? Bums in the waterfall.
Bums in the waterfall?
That's what kind of porn it is. That's from our friend Kay. It says that. She's like, that's bums in the waterfall porn. Because there's always one scene in the opening scene when they're running the credits where you see someone that's just, they're naked, but they're facing away and they have the waterfall running down their backside.
Oh, I can picture that scene, but yeah.
Yeah, 100%. That's what they had. Cool. And David Duchovny's Red Shoe Diaries.
I don't know what you're talking about, but...
Fuck you.
Too young.
On the topic of nudity, what are your thoughts on, would you go to a nude beach?
It was funny, I talked about that today, with a friend.
Do you think, okay, so...
I could do a degree of it. I could do, a sheer dress where I'm visibly naked, but I'm still covered, just because I think having fabric on me would still make me feel, secure, but I'm clearly in something see-through. And I think even by, going out in, tank tops and tube tops without a bra on is just something I'm starting to get comfortable with in the last couple of years. So I could do it. I could get myself to the point of doing it. Or I have my version of it.
Right.
Would you?
Everything in me says no, but, because I just...
Only the way that you paused and you looked off into the distance,
Because I'm just I'm definitely a grower, not a shower, and I just, I'm such a big dude, and I have this, weird metaphor that I always used to tell people. I'm like, if you took a peanut and you put it on an old school, elementary school ruler, and you put that peanut on that peanut would look, a decent-sized peanut. If you took that same peanut and put it on, a 2x4, which is my body, that peanut looks insignificant.
Aw, don't be hard on yourself.
No, that's part of the problem.
Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, it's...
because there's parts of my body that I...
Yeah, but you look great fucking naked. I don't. I look very awkward. I look great when I'm dressed. I'm super happy about it, but when I look I could get away with, I used to be really ashamed of my upper body, my belly and my boobs and everything. I used to be super ashamed of it.
Yeah.
Now, I could see myself, if I put together a punk band, 100%. I don't give a fuck. I'd wear, I wore, a tank top. What was it, 2 years ago when I played that show? And it was, I was pretty much naked in that fucking tank top.
Yeah. Because it was a stretched out tank top.
Yeah, it was...
Showing your side boobs.
It was a great fucking show, though.
It wasn't showing your sides. But yeah, it was quite a...
I love playing on tractor trailers.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I could get to the point of,
Are you offended by nudity? I don't mean, some dude being hey, chick, look at this.
No, I'm not offended. If I was out somewhere and somebody literally just, flashed their dick at me, I'd probably laugh. I wouldn't be like, oh my god. Would I still call the police? Yes, because, hey, there's a man running around flashing his junk at everybody. For sure. I'm not personally offended.
Okay.
Man, would you like to press charges?
Okay,
no,
so here's the question I want to ask. Okay, I'm so glad you brought that up. So, do you think you would call the police on a dude whipping his dick out, But if we were like walking in Stony Creek, just walking down the street, and it was some festival, and these girls across the way,
if people
flash to us, be like, "Hey, you," and flash. You're not calling the police.
No, because I think if you're at a festival, that encourages.
Well, it's also legal to do it. So
no, that's what I'm saying. But even like at Pride and stuff, like people that have their full-on junk out, like people. What's that bicycle race? Everyone does the bicycle race naked.
Yeah, the nude wheelie thing or whatever it is.
In the States, or they do it here.
They do it here.
But like shit like that, I'm like, no, I'm not offended by, because it's like it's a sense of community. It's not weird.
No.
One singular random person walking around the street flashing his junk when there could be like children, like just people around. Are you kidding? No, I'd call the police. But no, I'm not offended by it. I'm not like, oh my god, I just saw a dick.
So it's intent on like...
It's intent. Yeah, if it's part of the festival, if it's part of the vibe, if everybody else around is comfortable. Like, I'm not the prude. I'm just like, I care about other people enough to be like, that person might not be okay with that. Like, I don't care.
Right.
Yeah, whatever the intent is.
Yeah, I think it's weird when girls just randomly flash people. I just think it's very
I think it's great.
Odd. No, I love it. Don't get me wrong.
Show me them titties.
I just think it's the weirdest thing, and always for the weirdest reasons. Like, I remember, like, I've played shows at festivals where, like, two girlfriends look at themselves and then look up at the stage and then, like, flash tits, and I'm like,
Okay, so here's the thing, and this came from the drag show that we saw today.
Yes.
Like Kennedy St. James was talking about the itty bitty titty committee and the big old honkers. And she was talking about the difference of that and how they dress themselves and this and that and whatever. Yeah, like, I think there's a part of me when it comes to, like, what you're talking about, like, women just flashing, even, like, within their girl groups.
Right.
Like, I've been in, like, scenarios where, like, the idea of being so open about your body with your girlfriends, like, I don't care, I'll just change in front of you.
Right.
Like, that, I know, is, like, my lack of self-esteem. Like, if I was confident, I would just say fuck it and do it too. And I think maybe that's the only time that I feel a little bit, like, kind of, like, not offended, like, I'm not offended, but it's like, I'm a little bit like, oh, I just saw, like, the side of her tit. Like, I think it's because it's like, I know you.
Right.
So well, it's just a tit, who cares? But then also, it's like, maybe because, like, I think their boobs look a lot different than mine, and then if I was to be like, haha, you showed me your tits, like, just because, let me show you mine, and then I get, like, a different reaction than what I gave.
So it's a lot of, like, the internal, like...
It's the internal.
What you go through as, like, a teenager.
Yeah,
being, like, a teen.
Because then also, like, the idea of me randomly flashing a friend, I think is fucking hilarious. I probably would do it.
Right.
If we were hanging out with that
No,
couple.
I just meant you 100% would.
Oh, yeah, but then at the same time, like, if it's someone I haven't done that to before, even though I would just find it funny, because to me, I'm like, boobs are boobs, we're girlfriends, like, who cares? I would be, like, mortified if they didn't receive it well. Not saying you have to show me your tits back, but, like, so it's vice versa. I battle in my head with it. But I also, at the same time, I'm like, I think it's so freeing when women are just like, a body's a body.
No, 100%.
And, like, you don't even think twice about the fact that, like, I mean, I love a good pair of tits, but, like,
well, that's the one thing that I think that so many people, like, when it comes to censorship, people
like, think about, like, the guy who lived with us for a bit, right? Like, we're a small apartment, so close quarters. Not that this happened, but what if, like, you walked in to the bathroom, you forgot he was here for a moment, and he was just getting out of the shower and you saw his dick. You'd be like, oh shit, sorry man. But, like, would you just be like, oh, it's a dick? Or you'd be like, I saw your pecker.
No,
but same thing, like, the person strips in front of you. Like, do you care? Does it faze you?
No. Like, I'll give you, like, the classic example of, like, I played in a band for years, right? And when you play in a band for years, you go out and do weekend-long shows.
So you're telling me that your wiener has been out in front of your friends?
Of course it has.
Really?
Like, we're not staring at each other, but, like, yeah, 100%. Like, I've changed with, like...
Do tell me in detail. I'm just kidding.
No. Like,
about the following people in the room.
No, but, like, that, it doesn't, it's like, okay, whatever, what the fuck. Like, it's even like now, you didn't really know the band when it was in its prime going. But even now, like, you're like, yeah, like, they act like we're brothers.
Yeah.
Like, we fight, we still argue, but we're brothers.
Yeah, I can get how it would be. Because, like, I'm the same way where I think I'm also about in the moment. Like, if I saw somebody naked, like, in the moment, but it was, like, a medical emergency, it was because they would just quickly change it. Like, if it was just that, and it fit the context, my brain wouldn't register it as anything at all.
No.
But the first time it always happens, it is so weird because I do find body parts so funny. Yeah. Like, you can make jokes about them. Like, it's whatever. It's just open.
Did you say potty parts?
Body parts.
Oh, I thought you said potty parts.
That too. Potty parts. Ooh.
I'm so curious about what people look like naked all the time.
Yeah.
And
which is why the show Naked Attraction is so good. All of our bodies look different. So I think for me, it's the curiosity of, okay, so when I hear people describe what this body part looks like, or it's drawn,
yeah.
Okay, but mine doesn't look like that. So, like, does somebody's look like that? And so I think then that's ingrained in us as we evolve to be like, that's why I said, like, Naked Attraction is such a good show, because I will see potty parts and body parts that, like, look different than mine. And I'll be like, oh, okay, like, interesting. And it's not usually either I'm very grateful for what I have because I'm judging that.
Well, that's what I think the weird thing is like, that's the thing about censorship is I'm like, there's so many people that are interested in these things. Like, there's so many censorship walls thrown up that people go out of their way to, for whatever reason, just like be like everything about it that everyone's trying to protect, not even themselves, but other people. Right. That's just gotten way out of control.
Yeah.
That I think it's easier to say fuck censorship, leave it as a nothing censored, and then just find the stuff that's absolutely crazy and then eliminate that. But anyways, we should close this out.
Yeah, we should close this out. I think we can go on and on about censorship.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why we give a disclaimer in our episode, because we can't guarantee what we will or won't say.
Yeah, no shit. Okay, so I'm just going to leave you. Thank you for being a wonderful... Okay, good night. Love you.
Bye. You just listened to 300 Happy Meals worth of a podcast. If you're picking up what we're putting down, flick that reminder on so you don't miss our weekly episodes. Follow us on social media, and if you tell a friend about us, we'll tell our cats about you. Until next time, keep your chin up, your coffee strong, and remember, this little podcast runs on good vibes and even better listeners like you.